thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. We love you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Huge shout out to the Heimlich and the defibrillator tiers. You guys asked us some questions, so we're gonna answer them for you. First one, Rafael Santana asked, you guys previously answered my question a while back about my plans to study abroad in South Korea.
Then why are you asking again, motherfucker?
God, Raphael!
I know.
So this is kind of a follow-up. Unfortunately, my university canceled my trip because of the whole coronavirus situation, so I'm incredibly sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
And I'm finding it increasingly hard to motivate myself after all my hard work was wasted like that. I know you guys get this question a lot, but what are some of the things that just get you out of the bed in the morning? Any words of encouragement would go such a long way. Y'all are awesome. Thanks.
Bart, what gets you out of the bed at 5:25 in the morning? You fucking douchebag.
I think just finding things I like to do.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'll tell you.
Tell me.
Stomach made all kinds of noise.
Yeah, like that. Like that's something to do.
Yeah, just like I think for me, like I realized. So like because I have companies, like they rely on my energy, but then you also need to have energy for yourself. And if I don't have energy like for myself, then I can't put energy into things. So it took me a long time to realize like how important like your own me time is. Cause like if you're not even good with yourself, how am I gonna be a good husband or a good dad? So you do need your own like me time. And so for me, right now, because of how busy I am, the only time I have is that early in the morning. So I have to wake up and do something that is very rewarding to myself, and it really helps me out the rest of the day.
And it's running. How relatable is that?
Some people like running.
Thank you, Bart. Wow, appreciate that.
How about you, Steve?
Man, for me, honestly, lately, I actually agree with Bart.
God, then you just roasted me?
I know, of course, that's how I work. No, but so I always tend to put the people in my life first, and I like that about myself, but I did it too much and too hard, and then that became my identity, is how much I'm doing for something.
You need your own batteries too.
Exactly. So to focus on my own personal happiness, I started like worrying about me a little bit. Wake up, worry about how am I working out today? What am I eating today? Like what am I doing today that's helping me like be better as a man?
Yeah.
That's helped me fucking so much I can't even begin to tell you.
So I'm pretty goal oriented, but I also have struggled with depression and anxiety and stuff. So it's a tug of war because I have all these goals, and when I'm in good mental health state, I set all these goals and I can do them all, and I'm like very efficient. But then when I get like a wave of depression, I still have all those goals, and now like my mental state is not letting me.
How long does your waves last?
It depends, because I've created coping mechanisms and like healthy coping mechanisms. I used to have unhealthy ones, but now I have healthy ones.
That's smart.
Which help me get through it. But if I stay in it, I'll spiral. It can last months, years.
Yeah. Wow.
It can last a long time. It can get really, really, really bad. But I've learned how to like notice the first sign of it, and then I have certain things that I try, and sometimes the first thing doesn't work, but then the second thing will. And lately, like if the morning is kind of hard to get out of bed and I don't feel motivated, I try to like stay in bed and not open my eyes until I think of like one thing that excites me. Like it could be something really little, like, oh, I get to wear that new shirt that I just bought, or like, oh, I want to learn this new makeup hack or whatever. Just like one little thing that's like a little goal, and then doing that one thing will kind of take me out of the slump a little bit. I'm not saying it cures the
I would just fall right back to sleep as I'm searching. I'm
Right.
like 1, 2, 3.
Do you make goals when you're depressed?
No, I don't.
too hard.
I just try to follow through on my goals that I already made. So, but I will try to do flow state activities when I'm depressed. So like anything creative that's not revolving around work. So something that's just for me, like painting or bullet journaling. I do a lot of bullet journaling.
Anything that removes you from your brain.
Yes.
When you're in your other state.
Yeah,
So
where you can
awesome.
like just get into it for like hours.
Something that I think until we were buds, I didn't know about you was that you genuinely, like when I look at Bart Kwan the meme and Bart Kwan the fucking guy. on
What's the
internet-
meme?
Well, no, but like the built guy,
Fitness
who,
guru.
like every day you're automatic, you're a machine, you're a robot. So
I got waves
therefore-
too.
I know, but exactly. But getting to know you as a guy, as a friend, I know that you struggle with even getting to the gym. Like you do too. But it doesn't seem like you do. So
I didn't know that.
but
I've known you for so long.
He
and I never
hates
knew
it.
that.
He hates it. He hates it, just like we all do. But he makes himself do it, and that's what it helps to break some of these things that we do where we brand people and look at them and go, I think this about you. Oh, I think you're this way because I see the way you look, or I think you're this way because I hear you, or whatever. Like, it's all bullshit. Like, everyone struggles with shit, so everyone has a hard time. It's not easy for anybody.
And everyone, I think, has coping mechanisms too, and it's just that the longer you do them, the faster you know, oh cool, I need a hammer, or I need this tool, or I need that tool.
Yeah.
It's just when you're starting, it's like when you have, oh, if I got hit with that wave again, you're just digging through your toolbox and you're like, oh, which one is it? So for me, my ability to bounce back fast isn't that I don't have struggles, it's just that I know exactly which tool to grab now. So it seems fast.
But I remember when you were a bigger guy, and like, can you give us some insight on like what was your mentality then, or how did you feel about yourself then?
I was telling Steve, like, behind camera, like, why I did the marathon, and just for me, like, the last 2 years, I kind of felt like everything I do with fitness, even though I am very passionate about it, when you turn anything from your passion into like a business, it turns into work, and then so you lose your sense of self in it. So before I would like train and I loved it so much, but now every time I'm training, it's for a video, for a picture, or for a new line, and it's just, now every time I'm going to the gym, it's not like, oh yes, it's me time. It's the first thing I do, I wake up, it's 5 a.m., it's them time. Constantly. And then that's when I started to get this urge of like, I want to do something for myself. So I'm like, should I go and like re-enlist, or like what's some hard conflict that I need to reignite all of my training? And then I talked to a buddy of mine, and he was like, why don't you just pick one goal that you've always wanted to do? And that's where I picked the whole marathon thing. And even though marathon is like super far away from powerlifting and strength sports and everything that Barbell Brigade is built around, the fact that I was able to just start training for myself, for my own goal, like, I was like, I came back to life, and it reignited everything else in my life.
And that's part of why you did it, right? Because it was so far from the Barbell Brigade model that you're like, this isn't for a business endeavor. Yeah. This is just for Bart Kwan, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you do something for you.
That's how I felt about making stickers and stuff. Just like something that's not for YouTube or for like anyone else. And like sometimes I'd like post a picture of it on like IG stories or something, just like because I was excited, but it wasn't like, I'm creating sticker content now.
And it took me 2 years to get there. So that was like a whole wave where like people just go, damn, Bart's training his fucking ass off. Well, it's just, I'm so used to doing it, I'm just going through the motions. I never really had passion in it anymore. And it took me 2 years to figure out to go do something else to kind of reignite everything.
How about for you, Case? Because you wake up super early. No matter what time we go to sleep, you're up, and he like shoots out of bed. And I'm like, how do you get out of bed in the morning?
I hate feeling lethargic, I think.
I feel the guilt.
If I'm not drunk,
But it's not enough to get me out.
I don't like feeling lethargic, and it makes me feel like I'm like wasting the day away. And like to avoid that feeling, the moment I'm like conscious of like, oh, it's a new day, I'll try to power through the wake up process and then get a coffee real quick, jumpstart my day. And then it's not like running, like go out there and just start running, right? It's like, oh, read some news, catch up on some Instagram, you know, but it's like a routine, it's like a ritual, and I think that ritual helps me embrace the problems of
Rituals help out a lot too. Just having like your 1, 2, 3, like just like, oh, I brush my teeth, I do this before I go to sleep, and it helps soothes me. It's like having the same ritual waking up helps out a lot.
Yeah, routine is really important for humans, I heard.
And break up your routine too sometimes. Like if your routine's not working for you because your routine ends up with you at the end of the day being sad, just change up something about your routine in the beginning. In the very beginning, do something completely different to start, and then you change something a little bit so you can start to make a difference.
Yeah, so extremes on both ends make you sad, because like not having a routine at all is you're just like, what the fuck do I do with my life? Yeah. What do I do? And then the other way, it's like too much routine is like, what the fuck am I doing with my life?
Exactly. That's not true. That's not true.
Sure, for sure.
I don't know, it's crazy.
But even the most rigid fuck that you go, well, what a douchebag fuckhead. I hate this guy. He is a human being. No, you're like, I fucking hate him.
With the most love.
I look at his face and I hate it. He's like us, where he's like, I don't want to go to the gym today. I don't want to go do this today. But it seems like Bart Kwan's a fucking robot. But really, Bart Kwan is just a creature of habit.
And it's easy for people to just project that onto you.
Brand it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's a robot. I'm not a robot, so I can't do it.
Exactly. It comes natural to him.
He's just Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like how taking care of babies comes natural to women. You know, like when babies are crying, like that comes natural to them. So like they don't struggle at all.
Now that's a good burn. That was a good burn.
That's funny.
I wasn't really burning him. I was burning them.
I just thought of it while it was happening.
Hey, I'm getting pretty good at taking care of babies.
What about you, Ryan? What gets you up in the morning?
Similar to Nikki, like I just find like setting small goals, and but even then, like sometimes your small
Like
goals
shaping
seem
your
like
sideburns.
yeah. So every day I have a straight razor and I like sculpt it real quick.
It's like, yes.
Yeah, that's my small win for the morning. No, but like just small goals, I think for me, because it's like certain, and sometimes like just getting excited for like little things. Like the only way that I can relate it is like, you know that feeling when you're a little kid and you get to go to Disneyland or something like that. So like that thing gets.
Like you're all giddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, the little tingle.
It gets you woken up in the morning because if I'm excited about something, I'll wake up super early. But otherwise, I could sleep till noon. Like I could do it if I absolutely like don't want to have any motivation. But if I find something that I'm like, okay, I need to do this, or if I need to go to work or something like that, and I know I have this like duty to go do this thing or whatever, then I'll just find the one thing to like hone in on and like I need to do this, or like I need to set this like tiny little goal for me. But yeah, it's tough because even small goals, if you're really sad or depressed or not motivated, like they're like huge goals. Like getting up and making breakfast is like a huge thing. But if you can, as long as you can do the first like one thing, you need to like be kind to yourself too and be okay with like finishing a small goal, even though it doesn't seem very big. Like just be kind to yourself and be like, yeah, I did the one thing that I set out to do, and then from there on out, everything else is icing, you know?
And I think writing out all your thoughts too, like it like heals.
Yeah. Sometimes that helps. It depends on the mood though, because like sometimes like I have a little like journal thing that I'll like write into like to organize my thoughts, and sometimes it helps. But other times I'll get overwhelmed, like I'll be writing, and so that's why for me personally it helps to talk to someone. That's why therapy helped a lot for me. Not necessarily because they were telling me anything new, but it was just someone to talk
your
to
thoughts out.
and organize with, and to be like, well, this is a priority. This obviously doesn't seem like a priority to you. But if I'm just left there to my own thoughts and like I'm writing it all out by myself, then I go fucking nuts.
You don't have like a soundboard.
I don't think there's anything that I've ever written in my entire life that wasn't made better by me talking to somebody else and getting their input and feedback and like what they think about it. It's everything, man.
Yeah.
Like the idea that we're all just solemn columns like on our own is bullshit. Like people and interactions make everything better.
Yeah.
That's true. That's actually the only thing that really motivates me to get out of bed is not, it's like, what motivates me is the thought of like not wanting to disappoint other people. So like I'll do things if I know I committed myself to do them with others, and that's how I push myself forward. But if I'm left to myself with myself just on my own, I don't know what to do with myself because I'm never left alone. That's why that Bora Bora trip was huge for me, because I'm like, no one's around me, and I'm so far away in the middle of nowhere. Like, this is wild.
Why don't you do a couple more of those? Just more relaxation, no like pressure or anything. You could just kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, see what you naturally gravitate towards.
See what your natural state is.
Save a couple grand, go to Palm Springs or something.
Yeah, true.
Get an Airbnb around the corner.
Yeah, there you go.
Around the corner. So you like look out the window, see Isaac.
You're gonna miss them too much though. You're gonna miss them too much though.
Put the bathtub to use, yeah.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Why?
We have 2 bathtubs, but they're so shallow that like you cannot take a bath in there.
If Nikki
can borrow
can't take a
ours
bath, I
whenever.
can.
Okay.
We still haven't used ours actually. Every day for the last 2 weeks since we moved in, we're like, taking a bath today? We're like, yes, we're taking a bath. And then we end up distracting ourselves with other stuff and like the whole house.
Just before you make dinner, just start filling the water.
I know, we should.
Yeah, but they have bath bombs, Bart.
We
They
have bath bombs.
I know. We talked.
Throw in there, go.
Yeah, you put it in the bath, and then it does a bunch of bubbles and things. And
The CBD one didn't really work that good.
They have CBD?
I think so.
You fucked up?
No, that's tea.
Supposed to relax you, but I think it was just the hot water that relaxed me.
It was like putting Epsom salt in there, like where the Epsom salt is supposed to relax your muscles, but I think both help.